Salud familia, se habla Jesús, su presidente de la plataforma Todo sobre Lucha Libre. Y hoy tenemos al luchador americano Major Glory. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Well, so the people can know you a little bit better. Where are you from?
I'm from Independence, Kansas, but I mostly wrestle and reside in Colorado now.
Okay, so why did you become a wrestler?
Um, I mostly became a wrestler because I was always a huge fan of it when I was a kid. For me, it was a little bit um, of an escape. I had parents that were going through a pretty harsh divorce and stuff, so each week it would just be a way to kind of tune out, and I always wanted to do that, and I never thought that it was ever possible. And 2020 came around and the pandemic happened, and opinions kind of differ about what was happening, but we were all worried that it was maybe life threatening in some way. And so I just kind of took a gamble after talking with some family and friends, and from there it's been a pretty successful endeavor so far. So
Okay, why the name Major Glory?
um, so I'm not a veteran in any way, shape, or form of the military. My grandfather is, though. He was a Marine drill instructor and stuff during Korea, and I lost him a few years ago. He was one of my best friends. So in a way, it's a little bit of a tribute to him. It's Major Glory, as in like the name Major, something like out of the 50s kind of. And I don't know, when I was a kid, I always enjoyed like Captain America, stuff like that. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that, of course, the character from Dexter's Laboratory and the Powerpuff Girls, Major Glory, did have a little bit of a role in that, just because I was like, wow, what a great name for a wrestler. I mean, that sounds like it should go in the pantheon with Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage, because it's a larger than life name.
So how many years have you been a wrestler so far?
So I've been training for about 3.5 years, and I've been a wrestler for about 1.5 years. So I took a little bit of a break in between 2020 because I had another child, and because the gym that I was part of, unfortunately, they made it through COVID, but they didn't make it much further than COVID, just because it was kind of hard to find people to pay their dues and stuff. So.
Okay, who teach you how to wrestle?
Duff Doyle and Eric Angel and Nico Elias, the Canadian Pitbulls. So those are my coaches.
Titles so far, how many have you win?
I've won 3 so far. I've been a Colorado Springs Wrestling Tag Team Champion with my tag team partner, the good old boy Logan Chase, as Chase and Glory. And then we beat our coaches, the Canadian Pitbulls, at WWX for the WWX United States Tag Team Champions. And then recently, about 2 months ago, I won my first singles title, and I am now the current WWX Heavyweight Champion. So,
Congratulations. So
thank you.
let me, what, what do you prefer, heel or face?
Ooh, I would definitely say that I prefer to work as a heel because it's so much easier to get people not to like you, especially with the America gimmick nowadays. It's red hot if you just say the wrong thing. And then uh, face, it's always really hard to work face just because like we want people to like us, but it's hard to get people to genuinely just like you. I feel like I have that connection in Kansas where I wrestle a lot and where I'm champion because I am a face there. But heel is just so much fun. You get to break the rules and be an a-hole at the same time. So
Are you an independent wrestler or do you belong to any wrestling company?
nope, I'm an independent wrestler, and I hope to stay that way unless the company's paying me something like TNA or AEW or WWE. I'm not really interested in signing contracts.
If your child someday say, Daddy, I want to become a wrestler, what would you say?
Um, I already have one that wants to be a wrestler, my oldest, and I'm all for it. I mean, if she wants to do that kind of stuff, she's really good at performing. She's super entertaining. She's got an awesome personality, and she's super athletic. This last year, she just did flag football, and she was diving all sorts. You would have thought she was playing tackle football. So
Oh,
so I'd be okay with it. I mean, I'm all for following your dreams.
right now, if you can wrestler any wrestler in the world, it doesn't matter if you win or you lose that match. Which one would you choose and why?
Ooh, any wrestler in the world today? I would have to say, ooh, that's a really good one. But I would say I would love to wrestle LA Knight. I think that LA Knight is one of the best talents that WWE has. I mean, he didn't really need a belt to put him over as a top guy. He was already a top guy no matter what. I think he's one of the most athletic guys, and I think that the way that he would work the crowd would be the best part of that match.
Okay. Have you have any major injury that make you think I want to retire from wrestling?
Oh, thankfully not. I mean, I did get injured the first couple times I did training. There was a wrestler that I had to pick up to do a body slam to, and I picked him up wrong, and I popped out 2 vertebrae and loosened up 3 ribs. So I had floating ribs for about a week or two, but that didn't deter me at all. And hopefully I'll stay healthy. I mean, I try to be as safe as I can, and I think my opponents for the most part are the same way. So
You say that so far you've been tag team partner with Logan. That's correct?
yep.
What would happen if someday he turned into a traitor and he left you in the ring in the bloody mess? How would you feel?
Oh man, I'd feel betrayed. I mean, me and Chase have gone down a lot of miles of road together, so I mean, that would not be a fun moment to experience. And it would also be hard for me to imagine Chase doing that, because I think of Chase as one of the most giving people I've ever met in this business. I mean, when I won my WWX heavyweight championship, Chase held the ladder in the ladder match so that I could climb up and get that belt. So I would think that it would be hard pressed to think that Logan Chase would ever turn on Major Glory.
Okay.
But
What
never
do you
say
think
never.
in wrestling? How about Nikki?
Nikki's betrayed us before. That's happened. So when we were trying to get our WWX United States Tag Team Championships, Nikki Nikki decided to interfere in our match a couple times with the Pitbulls. It cost us a few matches, and uh, put herself over as WWX Women's Champion stuff. It was quite the ordeal. But I mean, I still got love for my cousin Nikki Chase.
Okay. What do you think about hardcore matches? Do you like them?
I don't mind hardcore matches. I think there's a place and time for hardcore matches and stuff. I'm more about I don't know, just telling a good story in between the ropes. If you could tell a good story with a hardcore match, then I'm all for it.
How about going someday to Mexico? How will you feel?
I would love to go work in Mexico someday. I mean, that would be quite the honor. And I think that Major Glory would be over big there, probably as a heel. But I mean, I would be a heel that people would love to hate.
How about my Iceland, Puerto Rico?
Oh, I would love that. That would be awesome to come down to Puerto Rico. I don't know if I'd be a heel there though. I mean, it would depend. I mean, if you're putting me up against some Puerto Rican patriots, then I probably wouldn't be able to be a good guy there. So, but that would be quite an honor. That would be awesome.
How about Japan?
I would love to wrestle in Japan. I mean, most of the legends in this business, people that have
Creo que tiene una llamada o algo que se quedó frisado.
so.
It's
But yeah, it would be quite an honor to go wrestle in Japan.
just in case you was a little bit freeze there. I don't know if you receive a call or something, but right now I see you and it's perfect. But a couple of
Okay.
seconds you were free. So what are your plans right now? Because you are a champion. I mean, what more do you want?
I would honestly love to work for a lot of different companies. I want to get my name and the Major Glory brand out there. I'm also a brand ambassador for 1776 United, which is a patriotic apparel company. And I just want to go out there and be the biggest and best wrestler that I can, and take the indies by storm as much as possible. There's a lot of companies in Kansas I'd like to wrestle for. HCW here in Colorado, I love wrestling for CWC, Colorado Wrestling Connection, Battleground Pro, um, all sorts of great companies and stuff. And I just want to expand that and try and wrestle eventually in every state and maybe extend that past America's borders as well. So
If a major wrestling company wants to sign you, but they tell you, hey, I want you, but I want you to change the gimmick because I don't want another Sergeant Slaughter. Would you be able to change your gimmick? Se frizó nuevamente, vamos a ver.
there you go. Yeah, I'm not sure why we had an interference again. Will you say the question again?
Okay, if some major wrestling company want to sign you, but they tell you, we want you to change your gimmick because we don't want you to be Major Glory because we already have a Sergeant Slaughter or something like that. What would you do?
I would do it. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I think that I could make most gimmicks authentically me. I mean, obviously, there's going to be gimmicks that are nowhere close to who I am and stuff. But the Major Glory one's a little bit important to me, only because of the history with my grandpa, and I feel like it's a little bit more authentically who I am and stuff. Like I'm pretty proud to be an American blue collar worker type. Um, but I wouldn't turn down a company if they decided that they wanted to change up my gimmick, as
And
long
if,
as it made sense.
and if they want you to use a mask,
I'd be fine with that. I have a mask that I wear occasionally. It's all American, of course, but and I don't usually wear it like to lucha shows. I wear it out, and then I usually pull it off, and I'm a heel at that point, so I usually step on it and yell at the people about I don't need no mask. So, but I wouldn't mind wearing a mask.
you look like a very nice and humble person, and I really like that because you have to always try to be humble in this kind of business.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, and I owe a lot to, like I said, my coaches and my tag team partner, my friends, the Colorado Click, Silencio, Frenchie, all those guys. So, I mean, I wouldn't be to this point in my career without any of them. So, and definitely the fans, of course.
Mm. When the kids get to you, because the kids love, sometimes they love heal people, and they say, hey, I want your photograph, I want your autograph, I want to become you when I get older. How do you feel?
It's a pretty humbling experience to have somebody tell you that you're their hero, and you're just taking up maybe 10 to maybe, if you're lucky, 30 minutes of their time. Um, I mean, it's pretty amazing to see how we affect the fans. So usually, if I'm heel, I got a little bit of a soft spot for kids because I'm a family man. So I'm always willing to sign autographs for fans and stuff. But if I'm being a heel about it, they'll get a little bit of guff at the same time. But for the most part, I love interactions with fans. Like I said, it's amazing to me that in just a small amount of time we can have such a profound effect on people and stuff. So and my words to kids that want to be like me is I would say follow your dreams. Like I was one of those people that for the longest time in my early 20s and stuff, I had always been told that I was never going to be a wrestler and go get a regular job and stuff like that, which I don't regret any of that because it's given me the ability to afford to do the trainings and stuff that it takes to be a wrestler. But I would definitely tell people to chase your dreams. Like, go after it. It's definitely achievable. I've got kids and I still go after my dreams. People think that after you have kids that it just ends your dreams, but I would highly suggest go chase it, because you'll never know. You don't want to go to your grave wishing, wondering what could have been. And
Mm.
so that's kind of what my mindset was with doing this. So
If somebody want to reach you through social media, how can they do it?
They can follow me on Facebook at Major Glory. There's a beautiful picture of me with an American flag in my hand. Or they can find me on Instagram at Major Glory 76. I used to have a Twitter and X, but I don't really do anything much on that anymore. And then you can find a lot of our matches on YouTube at the Colorado Click. That's Click with a K. And yeah.
A message for your fans that I know that you have many fans.
Yeah. Yeah, my message to my fans would be this is just the beginning. Keep on watching, and I'm pretty accessible, so feel free to reach out if you guys have any questions. You just want to talk. I have a few fans that do that, and I love to hear what fans have to say, what they're doing with their lives, and how they're heroes as well in their small moments in their lives. So keep watching.
Y mi gente, nosotros en Facebook tenemos la página de grupo, tenemos nuestro canal de YouTube, en Instagram tenemos 2 páginas para que nos contacten y sean parte de nosotros. Thank you, Mayor Glory, for your time. In the near future,